Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, which we're now witnessing our brand new train on our brand new Southern line that goes from, is it Canterbury or Dover, all the way down to Plymouth. It's a very, very long line, boys. Yes, from Canterbury all the way down to Plymouth, which currently connects with our Birmingham route via Bournemouth. Now, we have spent a lot of money recently to get things rocking and rolling. And we got to the point right now where we are actually making some decent money too. Now, ignore the fact that I'm spending huge, exuberant amounts of cash. When I barely spent anything, I made 1.5 million. I spent 2 million, still made a profit. You see where this is going? Things are going swimmingly, but guess what, guys? I need to connect the Birmingham to London route as an extension all the way into Brighton. I kind of set this little loop up ready to kind of connect in, but the problem is it's so built up, the train comes into here, it needs to pass over and be connected to over here. And I did kind of mention about elevated train stations and routes. Well, guess what, guys? How do I put this? I finally have unlocked them. If I go into here right now, you can see you've got a normal passenger train station, passenger terminus, and then we have this, the elevated train station. Holy moly. I've never actually used these, so I don't know how they're going to work. But if we can try and create some kind of elevated platform going over the River Thames here to connect up both sides of London, to then continue into this connection into Brighton, that route will then go from London to Birmingham. It'll actually be Birmingham to Brighton via Cambridge and London. And that will get even more connectivity all up and running. Now, if you are enjoying the series, guys, smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But I've seemed to have made a slight little boo-boo. And something that I've kind of slightly forgotten about for many, many episodes now. The fact that, look at this. Everybody is on the one side of the platform. Not many people over here. Why is that, Seniac? Why is there so many people on one side and the other? Is it because everybody wants to go to Birmingham? Well, yeah, the answer is yeah, everybody do wants to go to Birmingham, but that's because they have to go to Birmingham to come back to Bournemouth. I forgot to add the underpass on the station. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry right now. Hold on. Miscellaneous. We have the underpass. So if I place one here and then we drop one here, and then if I do one at either end, will that now move the people around? Will the people now be moved? I think you have to wait now for new people to come in. But I think they're all using the one side of the platform because they couldn't access the other side. Which is, one, hilarious. And two, probably really, really annoying for these guys. But I think they're all already now locked and loaded on their platform. So I don't think they'll adjust themselves. But I feel like I need to do this. I know Birmingham's okay. Is Cambridge like this? Cambridge has people on the other side, but that could be down to the fact that people are just coming from different directions. But again, the same again. Let me just get this all rocking and rolling. I'm forgetting about the underpasses. Right, let's do Reading next. Right. Because the same thing's happening in Reading as well. It can't be that nobody wants to go down to these routes because they connect up to everywhere. Now, Bournemouth, again, there's people on that side, but not many people get off because they're only getting off to transport on another line. But now I'm giving them the option to skedoodle whatever way they want to go. So, a little bit of a pain. I should have done this. I should have future-proofed myself, but guess what? I'm a damn fool to you, and I kind of forgot. Yeah. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Now, we'll try and do it on each one. I think, has that one already got one? Oh, we've already got one on this one, which is good. I think that's because it's not a station that I created myself. We've got to do the Brighton station next. So it's mainly the stations that I created myself. I've got to kind of slightly adjust. What a pain some of those lines must be for everybody. And is this one okay? This one's okay because I didn't create this one. It's just a normal generic end route. So I think we're all good. I know the London one is only one platform at the moment. So when I extend that, we should be all Gucci, baby. We should be all Gucci. So there we go. I think a train is now about to arrive in Oxford. So on this side of the platform as well. So we'll hopefully start to see people utilising the underpasses as well. Right, so here comes a train. People now going down through the underpasses because they now exist. What a noob! So I wonder how that's going to change things moving forward. I wonder. So next thing I want to take a look at is some of our vehicle routes. Now a lot of them are still driving on the old dirt roads. Now the vehicles that we have in question, do I have the ability to upgrade them? I know I recently upgraded them. But just out of interest, we're currently moving grain. And we have the ones with the red front, which are these ones, these tipper trucks, which are 37 miles an hour in terms of top speed and capacity of 13. We can now go for... Oh, these are... Whoa. 13 to 21 of these man trucks. Oh, yes, please. Replace them. I mean, it's 3 million to replace them with that. Is that worth it? To spend 3 million from the get-go? Ooh, it's a lot of cash, isn't it? It's a lot of cash from the up front. I think we'll hold out for just a moment. But let's slightly upgrade the roads anyway. So we're on dirt road. And we'll upgrade to a... Let's go for a medium country road, because that's a reasonable enough speed for us to play around with. So upgrade this where we can at this moment in time. So we got a little bit more speed for our vehicles. So they're extra zoomy at this point. They are now extra zoomy. We'll upgrade these roads here. So we'll just do it to there. And to there as well, leading in. So again, the vehicles are a little bit more extra zoomy. And our northern oil route as well. We'll do the same for these guys over here to help them out. Just make them a little bit more extra zoomy. Mainly on the roads that we drive on. To get vehicles moving a lot quicker. It's all we can ask for, baby. It's all we can ask for at this point. Right, glorious. So a little bit of extra cash spent there. I don't have any other vehicle routes, do I, knocking about? I mean, I got bus routes, but they don't really matter at this moment because they go through the city. But I think we're all good. Okay, so interesting to see what will happen with those. But are we now starting to see a larger spread? It looks like there's a fair few more passengers on the other side of the platforms, but a train has just gone by and picked a load of people up. Yeah, there's more people we're starting to notice more people on the other side of the platform right now, so it is definitely 100% working. Right, elevated train lines then. Let's figure out how this is going to work. Now, I've got 7 million in the bank, which we're probably going to spend all that and a lot more. But how does an elevated station work then? So it can actually be placed over buildings, but how does it work in terms of getting it connected to the road to have a radius? How does that work? Like, seriously, how does that work? I truly don't know. Now, for example, if I place this here, I don't know where the best way to position it would be. So if I place this here, let's go to about there. Now we have this elevated train line. Now the height is determined on the height of just up here. So this is purely an experiment, guys. This is purely an experiment right now. Oh, hold on. I think I've done it a bit too far over. So I'm not able to get an elevated passenger building in, right? So elevated passenger building. What's going on? Oh, elevated passenger building. What are these? Retro passenger area. We can put adverts in. So if I place you down, for example. Okay, so they're gonna hang down in reality to connect to it. So if I delete you, it's quite awkward, really. This is, isn't it? It is quite awkward. So building wise, you kind of need to do it to the point where you've got a little bit of space for the building underneath it. See, that will now work and connect. Like, I can literally put that on the corner here. Now, that train station has this radius of connection, which doesn't seem like a lot, but then I can readjust my bus routes to supplement this area. Right, this is going to be really weird, isn't it? I mean, it's really weird how this looks. I think we eventually do unlock better buildings, but I have this elevated train station. This is really weird. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is really weird right now. Elevated tracks. So I think by default there's a high speed thrown in there. But, oh no, okay. I don't think it is high speed. Right, there we go. Now, we kind of need to do bypassing routes. But I don't know if that's going to be the best idea for London. I don't think London's got the space to have bypassing routes. I'll be completely honest with you, because I gotta do the same thing over here, which there's not the space. Actually, there might be the space. I could be lying to you right now. So, one... Oh, hold on. I'm on elevated train tracks. Alright, get rid of you. Right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So there is the room. Problem is, I don't think we've got the space to technically have the length of platform that I would like. So let's go to configure this again. Because I now need to do normal platforms, which does remove some of these buildings. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I need the passenger buildings to now connect in. So we can have an actual connection to the road. Now the road doesn't connect, but again I'm hoping. Right, let's get off the upgrade. So if we went down to there, so I don't delete all the buildings. Right, there's definitely something I can do here. Let me just kind of configure this and delete it. And then pause the game because it keeps trying to build buildings. And now I'm having to delete more buildings. But I don't think there's room here for me to create an elevation. Okay, maybe there is slightly. But I'm asking for the world's smallest building now to be placed on this train station. No. I mean, there is miscellaneous where you can do these little ramps going down. But I don't want that. Honestly, I don't want that. So passenger buildings. Okay, I'm seeing the sheer length of this. Right, delete. Configure. Okay, what's the smallest one? I mean, you could also use cargo. Cargo doesn't stop you doing anything as well. But this is... I'm really struggling right now. Right. So, raise you up. No, you're not going to get it. It's a little bit... funky. It's a shame, really, isn't it? It is a shame that we're that high up. But there's also nothing stopping me slightly deleting the station and replacing the station. You know what I mean? There's nothing stopping me doing that. Where's the train anyway? The train for this... Okay, it's all the way... It's heading towards Birmingham. So let's redo the station. Alright, get rid of you for a second. We'll delete these back a little bit as well. How much have I got? I've got nearly 9 million. So we've got plenty of enough cash right now to play with. Let's up this so I can smoothen it all out. Alright, there we go. So we'll try and put it more center and then we'll kind of adjust it as we need to. So it's a normal station. Oh, I could make this elevated. And then an elevated line directly over to there. If it's going to work is the question. If it's going to work. So place... Oh, hang on, we've got more settings here, don't we? Oh, we can change the height of it as well. So it was on 20 by default. Do you reckon that's a bit too high? I mean, it does go over a bunch of buildings, which is good. Pillars, normal. Oh, I didn't place pillars on that one. I'm definitely redoing the other one. I'm definitely redoing the other one. Right, so. If I put you here. Okay, this is a complete guess right now, guys. This is a complete guess on how I'm doing this. And then build. I wish they put down the buildings for you as well. So elevated passenger buildings. I can now go for something a bit more jazzy. So that connects to the floor. They're ugly buildings, but they connect. So that there has this radius, this catchment radius here. And the roads can go under. Oh my goodness me. The roads can actually go under. Okay, elevated tracks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the platform. Now, I feel like we're getting awfully a little bit too close to the... Oh, no, actually, this might, again, still work out fairly well. So, building. Okay, we can probably go for something a little bit chunkier. Yes. Look at that. Would you look at that? Alright, it looks like the same building either side now, doesn't it? Right, we've got to do elevate tracks, the underpass, this here. So I'll do one there and there. I don't know how they're underpassing. They should be technically overpassing, right? They should be technically overpassing. But that's in. Oh, that's going to change this dramatically, this line. Oh, dear God. You don't think of these things, really, do you? No. So... I would like this not to be floating as it is. So I'm going to also redo this one again. So building wise, right, rotate slightly. So now I'm realizing we can kind of do the elevation change. I might bring this to a 15, this one. Now it will delete the building there, but it's only really deleting the big building. So if I put that there, one building is a bridge collision. Well, of course there is. Can we not build like at all because of it? All right, flip it right round this way. Still got the collision coming in. Spaced maybe? Ah, spaced. Okay, let me go back around this way. So we've gone for the spaced option instead. Now, we're a little bit lower on this one, but we are on a higher hill. It will go for these big buildings there as well, but they will regenerate. Right, what if I went down to a 10 meter? 10 meters is good. I think 5 will be way too low, yeah. 10 meters is the one, boys. So let me just get this spaced out where we can put a building. So, right, very good, very good. We'll get smaller buildings get generated down below it as well. Oh, I might have... Hang on, hold on. I need to go back a bit further. Alright, we'll go there. And building-wise... Well, bam! Very good. Very good. So quickly configure this then. Elevated tracks. So we're going for that bypassing route then, by the looks of it. I don't know how it's going to work out. But London's a big place, so whatever's being deleted because of it can obviously regenerate around it. So, oh, hang on. Is there room then to, building-wise, put another building over here? Building either side. Glorious. What about a smaller one? Nah, we're pushing it. We're pushing it. Right, there we go. I now officially have elevated train tracks. Question is, though, can I fully connect them up? So the reason for this was to have 2 platforms or 2 stations in London. London's very busy on traffic. Majority of the residential's over here, so it just makes more sense to have a stop than another stop. It just does, because Birmingham's going to have multiple stops. You've got this one here, but Birmingham's multiple stop will be another train line coming down this way. So it'll be 2 stops, but separate lines, whereas London's only got 1 line, but will have 2 stops on it. You know what I mean? Right, okay, so what we'll do first then, tracks, is we'll connect up the main line route. So how does this play out first? So it has some issues. It's that's 9 million if I wanted to build it. Jeez Louise. And that's mainly down to the fact of the height that it currently runs at. So it's okay to this point. Is that too high, do you reckon? I mean, it's because we're coming down from such a height. Now, I can only go as far as I can afford. And I am trying to make it dip down as much as possible. That is hilarious, isn't it? But now I feel like I'm slightly changing my mind. What if I built it over here? Right, we know we're going to be able to do that. It's just a lot of money. What's the drop here? Because this is the next big issue. Now this, I've got a couple of options. I can just make it all... Oh no, okay, we can't make it all dirt. Oh, we could. I make it a big bridge. Suspension's probably out of the question slightly. But that's a 2 million right there. For the sheer drop. Holy smokes, this is going to be so expensive to do. Right, okay. Let's just get back on track first. So let's just first connect us back up to this. Now, this is going to be interesting because... you know what else I'm thinking of as well? We're going to need some serious power. On the train. That's on this route. Because that is such... Actually, you know what? No, it's not that bad of an incline, really, is it? No. And where can I merge these in? If I bring this around a little bit, can I merge it in now? Yep. So we're not losing out too much. Oh, I'm actually really in love with this. And then from there, we do a crisscross. So we're back in business there. That line here, make it go on that side. No, well, the Birmingham to London one, in the London one here, we've got to... No, we've got to make it go there because it will continue to go through. So, back into play mode then. I'm going to run play mode for a little while because we need some more revenue coming in. So, that seems like somewhat of a reasonable height-ish. I know it still feels really high, but it's the sheer elevation we're going up to there. I think that might be a little bit too much. Now, my other option is I could... I mean, over here is the same height, but it drops or flattens away a little bit there. And rather than this bending round, I can come this way and then go diagonal to connect in. But it's a case of... It's going to cut through all those buildings there. Now, while that's completely manageable, I don't really want to tear through London that bad. But if I was to do that, just out of interest... Just out of interest, you would come across here and you'll go this way. Would that just seem absolutely ridiculous? To tear through all these buildings? To get to somewhere around here? For me personally, it does seem a little bit ridiculous. So I'd much rather stick with... going to here, but it does make this look ridiculously high. But I suppose it's a feature, guys. It's a feature, okay? So my next problem is getting these actually connected. I do need a little bit more cash to be able to do so. So let's just see how far of this I can afford. To be honest with you, I feel like I should have pushed this further back. Right. Rather than push it back, what I actually can do is delete some of the platforms. So I'll extend it back that way slightly. But if I build from here, it then does mean that the drop is not as harsh. But there still will be said drop. So there I can build no issues. It's not as bad. It's a nicer gradient, but it's still really high. I mean, the train line's as big as these buildings, but there's not a fat lot I can do about those. Oh, no. But I need 8.8 million to build that. Now, that bridge sticks to... I mean, I can change the bridge style as well. I'll keep it like that, which is 5 point something million. I can do a big suspension. I feel like that's a decent one. You can't do land. That's the old style bridge. That does a 75 speed limit. And I much prefer that style of bridge. I mean, I've got this one as the option as well, but I don't like the big metal railings. It feels like a big eyesore slightly. Right. Can I can slightly avoid those tall buildings here. So do you know what? I'm going to have a slight little bit of a wiggle to slightly avoid those buildings. Now we've got a bridge collision. So I still can't build. Where's the bridge collision? How far have I got to build it then? Oh, now we got bridge collisions. What do you mean? I don't quite get what this is trying to tell me right now. Where's the bridge collision? Is it the style of bridge? Because I've changed the bridge. So you can build the big suspension, but I can't build this one because apparently there's a bridge collision. And that's what I was trying to slightly avoid. Maybe I do have to build the big suspension one then. Yeah. Okay. Suspension bridge. Okay, if I use the suspension bridge, can I slightly avoid those buildings there just to kind of keep them in? That's 2.5 million. Okay, they get deleted anyway. So what was the point? What was the actual point? You know what I mean? I don't get where the bridge collision is. Right, try and go in a straight line. Right, this is working. To there. Is the bridge collision this bit? Hold on, that's not even a bridge. Oh, I see what's going on. Now I see what's going on. It's still defaulting to land. It's still defaulting to land. It's a shame we can't build, or we can't select like elevated track to kind of like make it do what we want it to do. I get it now. I get what was happening. I get what was happening. So can't do the bridge because it happens. I think it happens around here. But what I can try and do is go to here to cut across. But we need to. Oh, hang on. Oh, hold on. We're dipping down. Oh, now I'm deleting factories. Who would have thought that this would have been so difficult? Right. The snap is there, but it does mean deleting this building. So I'm going to go to this section just there. And that's containing that, but I want to implement that bridge if possible. So confirm that. And again, we're getting bridge pillar. Now we're getting bridge pillar collision. Guys. I've got an idea for you right now. It's called Just Anarchy. You know, there's this really cool game called City Skylines, that anarchy stuff. It's like, that's not even now a bridge, but I think I'm just going to have to do it like that just for the sake of it. Right. Can I just now confirm? Yes. There's a weird little section here that is being dictated with what's going on. So I'm going to quickly delete that to place you in. La-di-da-di-da. Does that not look ridiculous, or does that not look ridiculous right now? Because it looks ridiculous. Right, bring you out. Bring you out. So the reason I'm bringing these out a bit, because I can eventually see us having really, really long trains. So now we're just waiting for a bit of cash to come in. And more importantly, are we okay to link up this down to there? So if I just go for the full stretch, it's 3.7 million. Now that's doing it with land. That's 1.5 million. So it is plausible and possible to link up, but there's going to be some adjustments that we kind of need to do. Right, let's wait for some money to come in now. I mean, get this all rocking and rolling. And then we're going to have to readjust our London bus route. This is ridiculous, guys. I'm not even going to lie to you right now. This is ridiculous. We need some pennies coming in, guys. We need some pennies coming in. But I've never built elevated in Transport Fever 2. I like it really a lot. But I've never built elevated. This looks stupid, by the way. I wish the buildings were like really tall and they had like a staircase. Because you got to watch people like teleport themselves up and down. Right, okay, we've got enough money right now, so we can technically now merge in. Well, we did have enough money. We did have enough money, guys. There we go. So we've got these weird little kind of connections there. Now we've got to do the same for these. So the problem is, because it's so elevated... Oh no, now I've got bridge pillar issues. Oh, don't do this to us, guys. Oh, okay, it looks like we're going to have to go a little bit longer. Okay. Right, I'm not stressing, because we can definitely get this done. We can definitely get it done, and it might transform a lot of London and how the traffic is building up on the bridges with this elevated section going through. Right, we're going to have to wait now for our trains to make it to and from their destinations. There's a train now going back to Birmingham. It'll unload a few people, but it can't really pick anybody up. We need to kind of increase the capacity of that train. We've got the London train, which will be the one that will eventually utilise all of this. Is it okay getting up all of this? I don't know whether the vehicle's too slow or anything like that. I think it's 100% fine. It would just see if that is too much of a long gradient. I think it would kind of stomp through it, no issues. But loads of money coming in. Problem is, it doesn't get fully loaded going back because I had to delete the station and replace it back down. We lose all the backlog of passengers. We do lose all the backlog of passengers. Oh, we're running out of food to pick up here? They can hold 13. How much does it go back with? Oh, that's not good, is it? That's not good. Alright, we got a load of money right now. Let's try and sort this out. So, back to building. Back to building, boys. So, how far can we take this? Okay, we're going to have to merge it like that then. Just to get said connection. And this is going to be expensive. Now it's 3.something million to do like that, but I can see us terraforming a lot of this, so I think it makes more sense to do it with the ground. But then I'll delete a certain part of it going, oh, I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because I don't want the ground to be touching like that. I feel like to a certain extent, it's going to have to be elevated. But what bridge? I like this one. I do really like this one, but it's like 1.6 million. No, I can't make it. I can make it go slightly higher maybe, but I don't want it to go any higher. So we need 1.5 milli to this point. To then bring it down. Where's the trains right now? One's coming from Birmingham. So that will, as you get down there, there'll be a couple of million to kind of drop off. Our wood train's on the way. Got our train on our southern route doing the scuba doobly loops. And what kind of jazz? Oh, we got the money coming in now. Bam. Right, build you. And I reckon from this point is where we do the it's on the ground kind of scenario. Because it's half the price, and I'll kind of then landscape all of this to kind of make it all fit in. Damn. I told you that building this was going to be so expensive in the last episode, but I don't think I understood how expensive that this was going to be. So that train to London's coming in right now. Once you got that connected, we can do the little connection there, and then we can then finally make that route go all the way to Brighton. Ooh. And then we have to invest some money on making those 2 trains that go from Birmingham to elsewhere have higher capacities, because there is a lot of people still waiting and a lot of money to be made. Lots of money to be made. So that train's getting into London now, dropping off. Still not enough for me to pay for this. Wow. Oh, there we go. Got enough. Got enough. So, out of curiosity, what is the price to go the full length here? So 900,000. 900,000. Okay. Wood trains just dropped off. Oh, there's a train heading to Birmingham right now. So get ready to press that button just in case. Bam. So just got to sort this out. Here. So we'll come out a little... Oh, actually, you know what? I can't. Guess why, guys? Because I've got no money. I've got no money. I wonder how it's going to transform London, though. That's what I'm quite excited to find out. I'm really excited to find that out. Right, anywho. So, train on the way to Birmingham, which will be a big unload as well. The wood train's about to hit in as well. I don't really know how much this Southern Line actually makes, so I don't know whether it's viable at the moment. I'll check it out momentarily anyway. But I don't know whether I'm getting big paydays from that at certain stations. I need to add more carriages to that, I know that. Right, line coming in. And it makes just enough. So we have no money again. As soon as we get it, it all disappears. As soon as we get it, it all disappears. Alright, there we go. And then pull it in. 300,000 for that? What? Did I do crisscrosses? I did not do crisscrosses, did I? No, I didn't do it there. And I didn't do it there. I'm yet to do the crisscrosses. We've got crisscrosses over here, right? Yeah, we've got them there. Okay. Glorious. So we're in a little bit of a weird lull period now while we are waiting for stuff to happen. Trying to go into Bournemouth there. Makes a few pennies, but nowhere near the pennies that we need. Nice big chunk of change coming in over there, but it's still not the pennies that are required. Wood trains coming in will make a big chunk. But we've also got the Southern Line train moving along as well. So, again, I don't know whether... it might actually have a big payday here in Bournemouth, that Southern Line. Because there's a lot of passengers that want to transfer to go towards Birmingham. So there could be a nice little payday for that. Oh, no, the train's over here. I've missed that payday. I got confused with which one was the wood train. Right, train to London's coming in. I think this is all I kind of then need, right? Bam, bam, bam. So, all I'm now missing is my Chrissy Crossies. So, provided these go to plan... Oh, dear God. Why have you got to cost so much money? Why have you got to cost so much money? Just when I thought my big expenses are all done and dusted, they go and throw that at me right now. Right, let's do this one here. Look at that, 400,000 for the crisscross there. I could do it further down the line, but it's no good for me. I need them instantly. I need it all instantly. Dear God. Right, we're going to have to hold out for that for a moment. But then again, I don't really need the crisscrosses here now, because that line's going to run down to there and then go back. So these stations here, technically I don't need it yet. I don't need it yet. For the London line anyway. So that London line right now, let's redo this. So it gets to London, right? We'll then go to this station here, London South. That's pretty cool. Into Brighton. And then back to London South, which already it puts itself on the opposite side. Good to see. We'll transfer this one onto number 1. There we go. And then we get to London, which we're going to rename it to North London. Oh, hang on, I put that in the wrong position. There we go. We'll rename that to North London, which is on the correct side. Which will then go into Cambridge. Which Cambridge needs to be number 1. And then it starts again back at Birmingham. So that does exactly what we need it to do. I'm renaming this now to London. London North. Excuse me, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing? London North. And that line now becomes our Birmingham to Brighton. So it's no longer Birmingham to London. Birmingham to Brighton. Yay. So we start to see people now actually waiting here. It'll take a while for it to actually circulate. We need to bring some buses over here. We've got an issue with a line somewhere. No path. Yes, there's no path for you. Because we've just readjusted the whole train line. So we should be good now. It should be good to go. So let it do its thing. And we're going to have to then rejig the buses. So the buses themselves and the bus stops, we need to reposition. So I reckon it's a case of we drop one there, one there. Now, while it is awfully close to this, I still feel like that's a very, very good catchment area. So we're just going to add the additional stop to them. So the London Loop 1 and 2, it gets to London Road, then it goes to Church Street. So that one's going that way. So after London Road, add a station just to here. So that adjusts for there. This one where it goes Church Street, then to London Road, we then add the station here. So just by making that additional stop to make that bus stop in this catchment radius for this, it then all of a sudden makes also this stop here in the catchment radius for everything else. So that additional stop is a big, big help. A really, really big, big help. We'll see how it kind of plays along as time goes on. Right, so I would have caused a lot of chaos and made a lot of issues. There's a lot of people on this side as well already. So, does it make the big bucks again unloading? Not really. It's having to rejig itself and go back on one another. Oh, maybe... Do you know what? We actually might need to start adding more trains to this. So, where's everyone getting off then? So, it is slightly slowing down going up this hill here. So, we definitely need to get a better engine on it. 100%. Right, does it unload here? No. Unloading for no one. Now, maybe... It might be a case that everyone unloading is in a different position. I think because it had that slight issue, it might be kind of resorting itself back out. So, coming down right now, I've got the need for speed, baby. The need for speed. Now, does it unload anybody here? No. So I wonder where it's going to unload people then. There's so many people on this platform right now. Right, we're just waiting for this to figure out where it's unloading next. It's on the way to London South. So this should have the same issue as well with the gradient. Unless it's not that steep. No, it is fairly steep. It is slowing down. But it manages it just fine. I love that. I love it. It's weird, but I love it. So, not unload anybody there. So, maybe it's here then, where it should have went in the first place. So, getting the speed coming downhill right now. That's probably the fastest this train ever gets. Still no. Where's it unloading then? Maybe I complete... Oh, it's because I reversed it, isn't it? Maybe it's going back to Birmingham, then it will continue and set up the route as normal. Maybe that's what it would do. I'm hoping it's not an issue where these don't work. Could you imagine? Oh, we'll have some big problems then, won't we? We'll have some real big problems then. Right, okay. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on it. Because without that train line right now, we're not really making any money. Damn, son. It's all fun and games. This is amazing, though, by the way. I mean, the whole reason we got to get it to turn around here, so it does make that stop in Brighton. But we've got two lines. One that stops in Brighton, one that stops in Bournemouth. So this southern route right now picks up and transfers so many more people. It's just made that line so much more profitable. But it's a case of we now need to start thinking about either more trains or more capacity on the current trains. So this either might unload here, or now as it goes back, it starts the new journey. So in it comes. Does it unload anybody? Yes. Ah, so it couldn't unload in the first place is what the reason was. So it had to, because I reversed it round. I should have reversed it and reversed it back in. That's my bad. That's my fault there. But now we should actually start seeing it doing its thing. Now it should actually work as intended. I wonder if there's any way in which I can kind of slightly add to this. So passenger wise, I know we've got these 21 capacity carriages now. They're at 1.8 million. I'll add one on. If I get the 1.8 million, I'll modify it. The train from Bournemouth right now to Birmingham is on the way up, so that might unload to where I can then kind of add a bit more onto this. So 156,000. This train's making its way to London momentarily. I want to see if I can quickly maybe afford to get that additional carriage on to where it can carry a few more people to make a bit more money. Right, here we go. Train's coming into Birmingham. Bam, bam, done. Right, here's the train then. Now, it's going to definitely be a little bit more slower because it's carrying an extra carriage, but it's got a bigger capacity now. So, I want to know how many people get picked up from here and dropped off to there. That would be kind of interesting to know. But a lot of people will be going that way anyway. So, 700,000. That used to be the end line. It's now a middle station. A lot of people getting on board. It's all filled to the brim. And off it goes. So we'll struggle to get up this. It is quite the incline. I ain't going to lie to you. It is quite the incline. But it's almost there, boys. It's almost there. 95,000. So not a lot of people wanted to go there. But that's okay. We need more trains on these routes. Here's the end line to where everybody should then get unloaded. That'll get some serious speed now travelling down. And then vice versa. It should pretty much load up going back as well. And I think we can rest slightly easy. Oh, you know what? Not that many people. Not that many people, believe it or not. But it is a short distance, so you're not really going to make the big bucks from there to there. But in terms of finances, hopefully we can swing it all back around now. Hopefully we can swing it all back. We just need a better engine on there, a more efficient and more powerful engine. Okay, good stuff then. So how is this the line on our southern route? This is the Birmingham to Bournemouth transfer. So that, again, could probably do with a little bit high capacity. This is our train route right now, doing really, really well. And where's our southern route train? Here it is. And how are you doing? So you're doing actually quite reasonable, but I feel like we need to, you know, invest a bit more into this train as well. So it's already got one of those carriages. We need to add... Oh, no, it hasn't got one of those. It's got one of these ones. Oh, I just realised. It's like 400,000 for one extra person. Yeah, that was a bad idea on my part to add it to the other train. Yeah, that really was. I can modify really quickly. That's now got 108 capacity. So that can now carry a little bit more passengers. So everything is all slightly working out. There's that train there. So he's going to get it in circulation a bit more again now to where it's making more cash. But it could, to be honest with you, this could also make it, how I've extended it right now, to the point where it now doesn't make money. Weirdly, that can happen because of the shorter distances in between. So we've got to be kind of careful. But that could mean where we need the second train to kind of combat it. There's a lot of people waiting at these platforms and stations too. So I suppose the payday now all determines what it's like when he gets to Birmingham. Now, if anybody did get picked up at Brighton, from Brighton to Birmingham is a long run, so that then increases the amount of money for transporting passengers that kind of distance. So, yeah, you can see where this is all kind of working out. So the Bournemouth train is just kind of stopped. A nice big chunk of change. And now we're waiting for the Brighton train to make its way in as well. So that's going to skedoodle straight in right now. No questions asked, no issues, no worries, no stress, no dramas, baby. In it comes. $1.1 milli. I will take that. And 157 people to go in the opposite direction. I love it. Amazing. All these little areas have now become so integrated and they're so vital and so important. How is the buses doing? Excuse me, Mr. Bus. So they're still transporting people. They're still trying to get people from point A to point B. Now, we could upgrade all these buses. There's only 8 buses on board. What can I update them to? So, the bus that we currently have no longer exists, but we can get a bendy bus. Hello. Which can carry 21 people. Hello. This carries 16. Maybe we don't upgrade all the buses. Maybe we pick one and upgrade it to bendy. Maybe 2. We'll do 2. It turns out the one I was looking at was not one of them. Are you the bus? No. Are you the bus? Yes. Traffic jams for days. Traffic jams for days. It's crazy, isn't it? It really is. It's truly crazy, the traffic. But loading up anyway, picking up a few people. Making its way downtown. That bus is now shaking and moving. Where it then hits another traffic jam. Ridiculous. But those high capacity buses will help us out as well. It just gets more people moving. But the traffic in London is ridiculous, mate. Ridiculous. Just waiting for that slight bit of movement and the bus is now free to roam. So, 21 people now on board. And that's going to go all the way to over here. So that bus is now free to drive. And there's a lot of people waiting here as well. So hopefully we do see a lot of people get dropped off on this bus. Only one person got off. What does that go to show you? Damn. But anywho, money's coming back in right now. Now, I dread to think how much we've actually spent. We've been spending quite a bit. Our current lines as well. In terms of the balance right now, you can see the money coming in. So our southern line turns out it's currently becoming the most profitable route that we have. The Birmingham to Brighton, which is the one that originally went to London, is slowly turning around. We've got it back to the point where, you know, it's making money on par with what it was originally doing. We just need to carry more people is what we need that one to do. You know, it's really, really struggling to kind of reach what we need to get to. So I might edit it and then throw, you know, 2 more of these smaller ones on. Do I get rid of one of these, the big ones, or what? Or does I just go for 1 for now? The 1.4 million. I need 2.9 I need. Yeah, we definitely are not doing that right now. We'll just kind of add 1 on. Give it a little bit more capacity. Now, the bus routes are losing money. They're always going to lose us money, but they're only there to kind of make the train stations cover the whole of the city. So what you lose from these bus routes, you gain even more from the train routes and stuff like that. So it all kind of balances itself out eventually anyway. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. But we are going to have to start thinking about ways in which we can, you know, upgrade. I still need to pay off that loan. I'm well aware that I need to pay off that loan right now. We'll need secondary trains on some of these routes to kind of keep moving through. And just keep upgrading the capacity and upgrading the engines as well. Because they will start to slow down on the slopier stuff when we start to get more of a capacity on board. But yeah, my first elevated train line, boys. Yeehaw, cowboy. We'll see how things go in the long run. We'll see how things go. But I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, smash a like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.